Here we go. 1983 Mercury LN7 factory brochure catalog. Oh, is this, hey, there we go. Just like all the 82s in the 83 EXP book, if you flip it open, the two covers actually make for a good framed photo. Pretty clean and sleek looking. So you can see this one's printed in August of 82, towards the... That is actually about the end of the 82 line. So at this point in time, you could still be getting 82s that actually have high output engines, which should only be 83 forward, but some 82s have those. But any point after this, you are going to have an 83 car. So those are going to be ones that were more or less standard with 1.6 high output and the 5 speeds and optional EFI. All special stuff, and plenty of other things that we'll talk about. So this booklet's really leaning on that, like it says, dream machine. It's trying to show how much of, like, they're trying to make it seem unreal or hard to conceive or something that you'd only find in your dreams. And these cars kind of are like that once you've kind of know them, spend a lot of time with them, enjoy them. If you actually do like them, you'll be prone to have dreams with these because they're so distinctive. But getting into the next page, it talks about how it specializes as a two-seater because that's all it is. It's a two-door, two-seater hatchback car, front-wheel drive, very good on fuel. Makes it pretty special in the market like that. 83, though, is the first year for things like the 5-speed, the color match dash and console. Years in 82, this was all just black. 83 is also first year for the armrest. Also first year for the cloth door skins. In 82, it was completely vinyl. And 83, I believe, is the first year of the what we call the halo headrests. These are either that or very similar. They're pretty rare in 83, though. 84 on up, they become a lot more common. As you see these in the 84, 85 turbos, and then pretty much any 86 on up sport coupe. Funny how it talks about tradition. This car's only been around for 2 years. It's just a lot of things trying to just sell the car. Here we go. Let's see, performance profile. It's, again, trying to sell the car, but more on a technical level. The last page was more on a comfort experience. This one's more on a technical performance standard. And what's fabulous with these LN7 ones is they always have, like, the best shots. Especially these 82, 83 books. They all just have fantastic shots. With this one, also the 5-speed badge and the EFI badge. This guy is a pretty loaded car. But if you had a bunch of these, it would be fantastic just to go and frame 2 pages worth in a frame all across the wall. It would just be a gorgeous viewing experience. Oh, we're about halfway through the book now, and we're actually getting down to nitty-gritty options, really. This is just like the 82 book. It talks about a lot of the technical features that had changed. Like in 82, it was a 11-gallon fuel tank. In 83, they were all turned into 13s. But otherwise, everything there is the same. And then we get to actually look at lists of the color combos. So unlike the EXP books, the 83 EXP book, lists some of these colors and some of the combinations between interior and exterior. But the 82 one doesn't. But the 82 LN7 one actually goes over a lot of this too, which is awesome. It's something that we really wish the EXP books did. And it talks about, standard features versus what you'd find in the more luxurious cars. It shows each of the seats, which is great. 83s had slightly different seat patterns, at least for the high backs. You have a kind of wrap around edge. It's very Star Trek Next Gen. these seats, especially when they're that tan. But yeah, so you get the high backs, and they're all like this. They're vinyl with a cloth center, and you can have the all vinyl low backs, or you can have the what's in most cars for some reason is the vinyl low backs, but they have cloth centers. Then we also have the Sherpa or sheepskin seats, ick. And then you have these very rare seats. These are the RS seats. You'll only find these really in the Lynx RSs, the LN7. It says RSs, but that wasn't really a thing. It was more of a sales name equated to these cars. When you go out and find these, there's nothing on the car that says RS, except for these seats. Just have that look. But you'll only find these seats inside the Lynx RSs, the LN7, again, RS, and then the 83 to 85 Escort GTs. Here we go, going through interior stuff. It shows all four of the wheel options. You have one standard size, and it shows 3 TRX tire sizes, but pretty sure in 83 there was one other standard size wheel option. Going along here, talks about all the here's the packages. So even though they put names to each of these, they're not really a thing. So we'll try to go over this best we can, because this is the first time we see names associated to any of the option groups. In years prior, it was option group 303B, or 300B or 301B, 302B, and 303B. Then they added 304B. So then you have these numbered tiers of what kind of options you get in your cars for 82. I believe even the 83 EXP is like that. But the 84s, they actually sign names. But they started here first in the 83 LN7, or they talk about here. And that's because this is actually back when your Mercurys were more equipped than your Ford counterparts. Unlike the 1990s to the 2000s, where it was perceived that all Mercurys were more luxurious or better outfitted than their Ford counterparts, but that was very rarely the case. Usually you have a base model Mercury that's less equipped than a Ford model that had a couple options. Yeah, it's weird like that. Don't fight me. Yeah, that's what it is. It's weird. It's embarrassing. But the 80s, it wasn't quite like that. All these Mercurys, they were more special than the Fords, and they did well to show that. But you can see that this 1.6 high output was standard here. Go to the LN7 Sport. Now you actually have TR wheels and TRX suspension. That's a huge step forward from the base car. We're talking many hundreds of dollars forward now. Grand Sport. So now we got every LN7 standard feature plus the TRX stuff. The 4-way seat, extremely rare. If you can find that, get that. I've never seen one in person out of the 30-ish cars I've seen between Escorts and EXPs. Then we have the RS, and like it says here, subject to late availability. That's why they're so rare. I think it was supposed to be, it showed up in 83. They wanted to start advertising it, hopes to boost sales, but they were going to have it at 84. But then these became discontinued in 83. We never saw an 84 LN7. You can see that it's pretty much got the most options that you can get. And then we go to the end here, and here's where things get funny. Cargo volume, it's listing 32.4. If you watch my 82 LN7 video, you'll see that this number was all over the place. Some of these books were showing 29.7. Some were showing 31 point something. Some were showing 33.2. They were all over the place, and it still is. In that video, we only had 2 pieces of literature that matched as far as cargo capacity goes, And this one is a brand new number that doesn't match the prior. So, yikes. But this here is everything. That's everything that you can see inside this manual. Unlike the 82s, there weren't two printed for a year because they had an early one and then an updated one that showed more of the current stuff or presented in a more current manner. They use 83s and 84 on up, any of these books. 83 on up, they made one and they called it a day. But still really cool. Like I said, even if you don't have the 83, this just makes for great poster material. Any of these shots that take up 2 pages, display it as such, hang it up on a wall, get a frame around it. Man, it's great. But that's all I have to share with you guys. So I'm just going to leave you to it. We'll catch you later.